My friends, hello. One of the things I enjoy doing is being on different groups on social media that are focused on leadership and management. I like to learn what people are talking about, what's topical, the questions and challenges they're facing, and as appropriate, I like to add value based on the experiences that I've had to help somebody who's a manager to start to become a leader. This morning, I read a question from a young manager. She was just kind of really beginning her journey. I think she'd been a manager for about 6 months or a year, and she was talking about how she was running this coffee shop, and it reminded me of the very beginning of my journey when I was 17 years old. I was managing a Starbucks, so I could immediately relate. And she was talking about how she has these monthly meetings, and she was trying to figure out, how do I get greater engagement? And so she had asked her team, what should we do to make these meetings more meaningful? And I give her just tremendous praise, because when you engage someone like that in the first place, they're already going to have greater buy-in. So the fact that she was even thinking in this way and asking this question of her team was fantastic. The team's response was to play games or something, of the like. And she was a little bit frustrated because she didn't think that games were really, they were all young adults, and she didn't think the games were necessary. So she's like, it's got to be something different, something better. And what I recommended to her, I said, well, here's something that I did. About a decade ago, I was recognized by the American Business Awards as having the most productive sales meeting of the year. It was really a pretty neat honor that I got. And so I shared with her what I did that led to this acknowledgement. Was I started to take advice that my uncle had given me as I was at the beginning of my career. I was trying to figure out how do I behave like a leader. I had been a leader in a volunteer environment before, but I really wasn't a leader in the management sense in my profession. And I had been visiting for Thanksgiving, and I asked my uncle. I said, what is it you do? You run a company with 1,100 people. What is it that you do to be a leader? And he said, one of the things that I always do is I always ask people to share something that they're proud of. It's like, all right, so let's talk about that. So I talked more with him, and then I started incorporating it on my own, and then I started modifying it as I was having success. And what I have started to do, or what I had been doing now for almost 10 years, is at the beginning of every single meeting that I have, be it professional, be it volunteer, be it whatever, any meeting that I'm leading, I ask people. I did this with a group of college students. I'm an alumni advisor for a college board, and all these college students, they're like, what are you going to do while you're here? And I said, this is what we're going to do. You're going to tell me what you're proud of. They're like, what? I said, what's something that you've done that you're proud of since the last time we were together? They're like, let me go first. And then I shared what I was proud of. And so I do this every time. I actually now do this with my children. What's something that you're proud of today? What's something that you did well at school? What was something nice, right? So start every meeting with something you're proud of. Tie it back to work, or otherwise it's going to be something totally obscure. Give the example first, or you're going to get something like, I showed up. So you want to make sure that you set the tone. But this is something that you can do as a leader to get engagement and to get people to really start thinking intentionally about their responsibility in the workplace. What's something you're proud of since the last time we came together? And then we close with this. And my kids love it. It seems hokey. I'll admit it seems hokey. And these college students, when I introduced it to them, they were like rolling their eyes at me. But then you do it once or twice, and everybody loves it, because people are craving appreciation. People are craving love. So you do this. When the person is done, if I were doing it for me, we'd go like this. As the leader, I would say, 1, 2, 3, Matthew, you did great. So you can do that for your team, and people just love it. So next time you're trying to get engagement, I recommend this to you. I encourage you to try this. Ask them what they're proud of. All right, ask them what they're proud of, and then give them love at the end. It will feel weird the first time. It will feel weird the second time. It will feel silly the third time. But by the fourth time, you're going to find, like, wow, people are not only being more productive and more engaged, but they're showing up more prepared, and they're doing things that I don't even realize is happening when I'm not around. I'm learning about my team, and they are more committed. As a leader, this is what you can do to lead your teams.